Welcome to BarryTsGarage. We have another great interview session, some Ask Ed questions. Thank you all for sending your questions in. And again, part of the fun here is Ed doesn't get to see these questions ahead of time. So it's just whatever happens.
Whatever they are.
Yep, and Ed gets to share his opinion on what he likes to do or how he sees things. So it's a lot of fun, and thank you for joining us. Hi, Ed. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, we've got another
What a wonderful morning.
beautiful day.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Got some nice questions here. We see what.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to have some
some
fun.
answers. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll see how you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First question I've got here: can a good oil cooler, can that help cool an engine that's having trouble with cooling?
Oil cooler.
Yeah.
Sounds like the motor oil cooler.
Correct. Yes. Does that help at all when you've got a radiator that's having trouble keeping up? Does keeping the oil
Not
cooler?
really.
Not much?
Motor oil temperature is not really a problem.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I know we have a problem with our motor oil and our race cars getting hot.
Uh-huh.
But I would say we don't have, but other people do.
Okay.
Because I like to run the side clearance on the connecting rods more.
Yeah, we've talked
Says
about that.
minimum, we've had that before, minimum
Yeah.
6 or 8, 10, 12 thousandths. I like to run 35 thousandths or something. So the oil goes, wherever the motor oil gets hot, it's in the connecting rods and bearings. That oil don't really get that hot.
Okay. But now you did tell me that time about a NASCAR where the water coolant blew or something, and they're able to still do a bunch of laps because they had a good oil cooler on it.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so it does help a little, I'm sure.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So even when we rebuild our motors and we get a motor oil, a Chevy truck that has a motor oil cooler, we throw the motor oil cooler away.
Okay.
Chevrolet says you can't clean it.
Oh.
That part that's in the radiator, you can't clean it. You can back flush it and do what you want to, but there's little particles in there. So we take those hoses off, and it's just an add-on adapter with hoses going to the radiator.
I see. Okay.
So we take that all off and put a regular filter on it, so we don't have any of that debris coming from the old motor that went bad into the new motor. I don't think he's worried about the motor oil heating the radiator. I don't see that, because you should have a radiator on there that takes care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the fans, like I say, I don't know if he's mentioning fans or not electric fans. And
I think what he might be mentioning though is sometimes there's a separate radiator, let's call it, that only has oil running through it. That sits in front of the radiator.
Motor oil cooler, auxiliary cooler, it would be all by itself.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. If you was going to have them, yes, it's like race cars have. And I think some of the foreign cars too do, like Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what those scoops are on the fenders and stuff, those awesome scoops.
Yeah.
Well, they have big old coolers in there for motor oil coolers.
Yeah, right.
And then a radiator cooler behind the other tire.
Yeah, right.
And they who knows how many. Sometimes a sprint car will have a motor oil cooler up on the roll bar here.
Is that right?
Yes. See it up here. And that's for a motor oil cooler. So it ends up with, because they get hot.
Yeah.
And you get it up here away from the tires, and of course the sprint cars, that's dirt track racing. Get it out of where the stones and stuff don't hit it too.
Sure, right.
Where it would be down around with a stone. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do have those. Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess everything helps.
Yeah, everything helps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck. Thanks.
All right.
Good question.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So here's a fellow. One of our friends has an engine. It was balanced, everything okay, but it had dish pistons in it. Okay. But now he wants to move to flat top pistons to get a little more compression.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, does he need to rebalance the whole engine if he's changing the pistons only?
Yes.
Okay.
The pistons are what's causing it out of balance.
Okay.
So if he wants to, if he bought the pistons, the good thing to do is take them apart, if he's going to do that, and weigh the pistons on a gram scale.
Okay.
And make sure they all weigh the same as the other one.
Okay, so he must be thinking about that, because the follow-up question is, how many grams difference is okay before you worry about it?
Well, very little.
You want them all exactly.
Yeah, you'd like to have them all exactly, yes.
Okay.
So weigh them all, and then if he's going to change the rings too, weigh the rings.
Yep.
Because there may be a different alloy in the rings. Weigh the rings and make sure the rings are all the same. But mainly, the total of the pistons and the rings.
Okay.
And the pistons and the rings here all weigh the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put them into groups. So every piston and its rings.
Yes.
Weigh those.
Okay, weigh those.
Now, is there a way? I guess we don't know exactly what kind of pistons those are. Can you?
We don't know because I don't think he has bought pistons yet.
Well, can you?
I think because now the flat top piston
Yeah.
could weigh almost the same.
Okay.
It could be real close to the same. It depends on what you buy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say he didn't ask all these questions. I'm trying to help along here.
Yeah, okay.
Can you, if you can picture these flat top pistons and rings, each individual set, is there a way to grind them down, maybe the skirts or something, to get them exactly equal?
Sure, absolutely. That's what all the grind marks and the drill marks in the back of the piston is.
Okay.
And you see how some of our pistons are full of holes.
Yeah.
And that's what most of that is balancing things.
Okay. Okay, so let's say he does that.
Yeah.
He's got each piston and its particular rings,
Yeah.
and they're all weigh the same.
Yes.
So theoretically now he can put the
He's right in balance then.
Okay,
Just
so
put it together.
Put it all back together. Don't worry
Yes.
about it.
Yes.
Okay. That was Victor that asked about that.
Okay, good.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so now Jeff has a question about vacuum advance. He has headers that are turning cherry red during normal warm-up, and when they're running fast,
Lean.
it's running lean if it's too hot, huh?
Yes, yes,
Can a
absolutely.
vacuum advance be part of the problem?
Unhook it. That will run it lean. Vacuum advance will, yeah.
So
I would say unhook the vacuum advance.
Okay,
Now,
so
some Fords don't use vacuum advance at idle.
okay.
And the more you accelerate the engine, he didn't say what kind of, thinking.
No, he didn't.
The more you accelerate, the more the vacuum comes in. And Chevrolet has vacuum at idle. The vacuum advance is on or idle.
Okay.
And then when you accelerate, it goes away.
Oh, there's
But
a
all
totally
that
different-
vacuum advance at idle and low speeds is probably too much advance. Or else richen your carburetor, richen your fuel system up. That's way too lean.
Okay.
It actually melt the spark plugs.
Right.
That's way too.
not
They
good.
shouldn't get hot. We know they do get hot, and like we say, if you drive a car 50 miles an hour for 50 miles, exhaust manifolds and the valves and exhaust valves up turn red hot,
Okay, that's normal.
and that's normal. Yeah, it's normal to be having if you're driving, like I say, 50 miles an hour.
He's obviously dealing with a problem.
Yeah.
So he said, can a non-working vacuum be the problem?
Non-working vacuum.
Yeah,
When it don't
non-working
work?
vacuum advance. So maybe he thinks his vacuum advance is not working. This is Jeff asking.
That would richen the engine up and help.
It would be
Vacuum
helping.
advance is going to make it lean.
Okay. So if
that's
it's
the
not
opposite.
working, that's not the problem.
That's not the problem.
Okay.
He needs to richen up the fuel system.
Okay.
Really, really lean. He would burn a hole in the piston soon.
He's got to be careful. He might be headed for trouble.
Yeah, he's going to be headed for trouble with that. Yeah.
Anthony said years ago he saw a small block Chevy build that was featured in a magazine, and they had drilled and tapped holes in the oil parts on the inside of the lifter valley.
We have so many things like our distributor thing
Yeah,
with our grind to slide it so it oils the gears more.
right.
And somebody else up there getting the oil thing away and running it back and trying to oil a gear or something. That'd be a real small orifice. You wouldn't want to bleed too much oil pressure off that main oil galley in the middle of the motor just to oil something.
Right. Yeah, 'cause you still have to keep the pressure up.
Yeah, you got to keep that pressure in the volume. I don't know I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we did some of those things on the back of a big block 454 Chevy. The oil galley's in the back.
Yeah.
And sometimes if one side don't oil or something, maybe the cam bearing's wrong or something, I may take the oil galleys out and put a copper line or steel line from one to the other one.
Okay.
So then one's got oil pressure and I put a line back up so it oils the other side.
I see. Okay. So
Yeah, that would be on a motor. I did that a couple times on boats. The guy put it together and had the wrong cam bearing in it, so it didn't oil one side.
I see.
Instead of taking the motor out of all that big trouble.
Yeah.
Just took the oil galleys out and take the flywheel off and put that oil line on there.
Okay.
It works fine.
So that was kind of like a fix.
Yeah, patch.
Yeah.
Patch on something was a mistake.
Yeah, right.
Mistake.
Okay, you saved somebody some money.
Yeah,
There
a
you
lot of labor, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good friend. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
This is from Storm and Norman. Mickey Thompson had a Hemi Pontiac one time that he raced, apparently. Do you know anything about that?
I think I probably seen it in Usually they write them up in Hot Rod Magazine or something.
Yeah.
But I do not know anything.
Yeah, you're not familiar
Mickey
with it.
Thompson. It's like some of the other people we just had fun with a few months ago, like that Mr. Ferguson
Yeah.
that owns the Land Speed Records. He has some weird stuff that nobody else has. He's the one that has the Ardent heads. Steve buys his Ardent heads from him.
Right.
And he had an aluminum small block Chevy motor there, all aluminum.
Huh.
And had some blown motors there. We don't know what they were. Overhead valves and GMC blowers and injectors and stuff on them. And I couldn't recognize the motor, so.
And you've seen a lot of motors.
There's a lot of things that are on there. Yeah, Mickey Thompson could have very well had that. Because they did things like that. He had that dragster with the Tommy Ivo stuff with 4 engines in it. And
You're right.
and all that stuff. And Mickey Thompson, one of those guys that had enough money.
You're right.
Enough money to do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah, so
Make
if you
one only.
Yeah, if you want to make his own version of a Hemi Pontiac, he can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you ever be interested in trying to make something like that if it had the
I
money?
don't have that money.
Yeah, the money
I'm
is the
too
problem.
old.
Maybe 20 years and
I don't even know what that cost.
right.
I wouldn't have the slightest idea what that cost. It's just you just tell the guy to do it and send me the bill, I guess. I spend a few bucks once in a while.
Yeah. Brett writes in, we were talking a little bit about the Pantera. And I think it had a 351 Cleveland, if I remember.
I think, that's what they came with.
But he said with the Pantera, with those big ports, the Cleveland would be a good candidate for turbocharging, is he thinks. What do you think about turbocharging?
It would be, but Pantera, I don't know if you wanted. I got a friend up here, I'll tell you, Bob Ream.
Yep.
I was up to his house the other day, and he makes that Imagine fuel injection.
Imagine injection.
Yeah, Imagine injection. He makes this. He has some manifolds up there. He has cast and different ones that people make manifolds for him. And the Pantera, I don't know if you want to start messing with exhaust and turbocharging. Some people will with those turbochargers and the heat and everything else, and a Pantera. That's a pretty expensive car.
Yes.
But anyways, went up to Bob Reams the other day, and he had an intake manifold they were making for that Pantera, and it was one of those handmade manifolds, fabbed on a piece of aluminum. The guy welded it all up, gorgeous.
Wow.
For Bob's fuel injection.
Okay.
For a Pantera with the big ports on them and everything matched. But that intake manifold, I think, was expensive.
I think so.
Yeah. Way, maybe a little over 4,000.
Yeah, sure.
Just for the manifold.
Yeah, I believe that.
But the heads, went back to the question, yes, the heads would be a good candidate.
Okay.
And you need some good exhaust too.
So if someone, let's just say they had a Mustang, okay? Mustang's
Yeah.
with a 351 Cleveland.
Yeah.
You're saying put a turbo, put good exhaust, so it's all about breathing all the way through, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, another one. Chris said back in the day, he tried Slick 50. Well, Chris had a bad experience. He said it glassed the cylinder walls in his car.
We put a little Binami and solvent in it, poured in the carburetor, and it glassed everything.
Right.
Chromed the cylinder walls and chromed the wristbands and
Now, did it literally look like chrome?
yeah, it looked like chrome, yeah.
That's shiny.
I wore the wristbands right out. That shocked me when I did that.
Yeah.
It was a brand new Dodge truck, and that was about 1971 or two.
Okay.
Under warranty. The truck had maybe 15 miles on it. Smoked like a pig. So me and the other mechanic, we mixed up a can of it and solvent and Binami. And he poured in the carburetor, and I revved it up until it quit running. Then we towed it down this back street and got it to run again. It smoked a little bit. So when we took the motor out, it was under warranty anyways.
Yeah.
We didn't care.
So basically, the engine was headed to be rebuilt or replaced.
Oh, it was headed for rebuild because it was under warranty. And so we took it out warranty. But yeah, a little fun with somebody else's product.
Somebody else's problem was your fun.
Probably, yeah. But we fixed it. Overhauled it.
Speaking of additives, I guess we're going to talk about these oil additives a little bit.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
I don't know that much about them.
Chuck said, what about those engine rebuild pills that you could buy in the 70s? Did you ever play with that or know anything about it?
No, not at all. There was always something coming up, and we can't blame everything, but we can blame sometimes on J.C. Whitney and Wiskowski out of Chicago. They were the main mail order people. I don't know who owned that, Wiskowski or J.C. Whitney, but I was one time at a trade show, and I looked at the guy's name tag.
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you that? That's you?" And he says, "Yeah." I says, "Really surprised. You're at this trade show?" And he said, "I'd love to go to these." He said, "I need to find out what's new too."
Okay.
So we had a little conversation there. It was kind of funny. But anyways, go back to the pill. I don't know. I wouldn't put anything in the motor that some kind of a pill.
No.
I do have a sign up here. It's Miracle Power. You ever seen a big old steel sign hanging up in the roof there?
Did you put that in any engines?
Uh,
Did you ever use it?
no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I just found the sign.
Question about the Thermo-Quad carburetor. Didn't the throttle body warp when they got hot on those Thermo-Quads? Is that a real thing?
So that has to be hot.
Yeah.
You know, normally a carburetor gasket takes almost all the heat away.
Okay.
And even Mr. Gasket made those things that were a piece of aluminum and a gasket and a piece of aluminum, a whole sandwich. They maybe had 4 or 5 pieces of aluminum. They were about so thick. And you put them under there, insulate that heat from the normal intake manifold on your carburetor so it don't boil the gas in the carburetor.
I see. Okay.
Because the carburetor gets so hot it boils the gas. Mm-hmm. That's when you set it off and there's fumes coming out of the gas.
Right.
Out of the carburetor and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, with that thing, I have to tell you, that they were a sandwich, pretty spongy.
Huh.
So some people would take, and when they put them on, you had to tighten each bolt separately. And tighten it again.
Kind of
and
a
tighten it
rotation.
again.
Uh-huh.
When you took it off, you loosened this one, loosened that one. Sometimes if you just loosened one all the way, broke the carburetor.
Oh no.
Yes, it had so much pressure on the other 3, it broke the ear off.
Oh, wow.
So again, you have to, that's what we've seen. People come out of the ear, oh, why'd this break off? You have those insulators? Yeah, so.
It's like it was under a torsion pressure.
Yeah, but you took a little, half a turn,
Yeah.
until it got loose and then you could take it off.
Isn't that something?
Same way with tightening that.
Okay. Wow.
So,
You
yeah.
have to be careful.
So be careful with some of those things. And I don't see those anymore, and I'm sure some people would have them. And I
Okay.
think they still sell, Mr. Gasket probably still sells them.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
It's a good product.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
keep that carburetor off the intake, the hot intake. Yes, good.
A different way to do it is say, boy, he's a big fan. He said, your opinion is one of the best things on YouTube. He likes your opinion.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Other people do it too, and I appreciate that.
That's really cool.
I was just telling Barry here the other day, and me and my wife were out having breakfast sometimes in a particular place, and somebody will come up and tell me that they've been watching my videos, and I like that.
That's really cool.
I said, don't be afraid to talk to me
Yeah, that's good.
if they see me someplace in public around Glendale.
Yeah.
Glendale, Phoenix, I'm here most of the
Yeah,
places.
that's right. Well, the opinion he wants today, when he wrote this, is can you tell us what you know? And everybody doesn't watch every video, so
Okay.
you'll have to excuse that we've talked about it before. But let's get a fresh take on a 3/4 race cam.
We've talked about that. We've been talking about 3/4 race cams since I was about 10 years old, maybe. Because I didn't know what they were either.
Okay.
I probably didn't find out what they were until I was, everything changed when I got 16 years old and got your driver's license.
Yeah, that's what it changes.
Your whole life changed.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't care how old you were, how smart you were, or anything else, but most of the time, 16 years old, your whole life changed.
Yep. Yep.
Now you got a car, you're working on it, and of course you want to be a little faster than the neighbor kid's car.
Yep.
Sometimes you work on your neighbor's car, your friend's car.
Mm-hmm.
If they found out you could work on a car, they brought it all over to do something.
Yep.
Maybe take the muffler off, or maybe cut the every other tooth off the grill, or something like this. And
To get a little more cooling?
yeah, no, just to make it look different.
Oh, different. Okay, different looking.
Yeah, do something with their chrome wheels and things. But then they ended up getting the engine and 3/4 race cams. They actually list them as 3/4 race cams.
Okay.
We have those ElmQuest books
That's right.
in the office, and they're old thin books that were mail order, and they had the camshafts in were 3/4 race. And that means it's just a little bit better than the stock.
Okay. And better meaning it opens.
Since then, we've ended up with original camshaft, and then we have RV cam.
Yep.
That'd be for an RV, a heavy vehicle pulling up a hill.
Okay, so does that mean there's something about the cam that gives it more torque?
Yes, absolutely, yeah, more torque.
More torque.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing to a cam to do that?
Well, you'd end up with a little bit more lift and duration.
Okay.
Yeah, both. You can't really you can have more lift. Lift don't hurt anything.
Okay.
But the durations makes it how long the valve stays open.
Okay.
So
what
it
did
breathes in more air.
what did the 3/4 race cam do differently?
Saying, well, that was a little better than a stock one
Well, how was it better?
because it had lift and duration.
Okay, more lift and duration,
Yeah.
like an RV
And
cam.
the full race cam
Yeah.
was about the biggest you can without the valves hitting the pistons.
Okay, so you're maximizing
That's
it.
maximize everything.
Okay.
Maybe. Until somebody made one bigger.
Okay. So if someone said, "Hey, I just built my engine. I put a full race cam in."
Oh yeah, you got the maximum.
Okay.
In the catalog, you got the biggest one they make.
Okay. So why wouldn't everybody use it?
Too rough.
Okay.
It's not a gas mileage cam by far.
Okay. So 3/4 was kind of
And if you don't, everything goes with a compression.
okay.
Just don't get carried away here.
All right.
So a little bit of compression, maybe 10-to-1 would be okay, 3/4 race.
Okay.
11-to-1 is about as max. Then if you end up with 12-to-1 compression, you need that duration, 310 duration,
Okay.
and maybe 550, 600 lift.
Okay.
So they all have to match. Other than that, your car will run terrible.
And when you
Actually
say
terrible.
when you say have to match, you're talking about timing.
Compression and camshaft.
Okay. Compression and cam.
Yeah.
What do you modify with your carburetor or anything else?
Well,
Your
that
timing.
goes on to compression and camshaft. The first thing you buy is compression and camshaft.
Okay. That's the
Yeah.
first thing.
And then find out what you're going to do with cylinder heads and last thing, carburation and exhaust.
Okay. And that's called doing your homework.
That's right. Yeah. It's like a while back, I had a guy many years ago that said he had a boat, and he says it wouldn't start, and he says it broke the starter off. And he went up to the lake and it only go 4,000 RPMs, and it blew the spark plug out.
Wow.
Blew the porcelain right out of the spark plug.
Wow.
He probably had 600 pounds compression. So I sold him the biggest camshaft. I sold him, I think, a 310-degree camshaft and maybe 600 lift. And he put it in a boat. It was a nice boat.
Uh-huh.
He put it in the boat and he said it fired right up and it really goes fast.
Yeah, that was.
It had so much compression it wouldn't go over 4,000 RPMs.
So I guess that proper cam fixed everything for him.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, got the thing matched.
Yeah. Okay.
The 3/4 pan camshaft, it's just a little bit, whatever you're, a little bit better in stock.
So probably a little
Didn't
bit,
go anywhere.
little more power, but
Yeah,
not
a little bit.
and not maybe a little bit less gas mileage.
Yes, less gas mileage, probably, yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about rods getting bent in a carburetor. Have you heard of the carburetor rods getting bent using in a carburetor?
Metering rods.
Oh, metering rods.
That's the metering rods in the jets.
Okay. So,
Okay.
So how would you adjust those for racing? What would you do with those?
Well, a metering rod is a tapered rod,
Okay.
a real fine wire that goes in the carburetor.
And it's just slightly tapered.
And it goes, yes,
Okay.
it goes in the jet.
Okay.
So if you have a 100,000th jet and you had a 50,000th wire in it, you're only getting 50 thousandths of fuel.
Okay.
So then those are usually run by vacuum.
Okay.
So there's a little vacuum piston there and a spring underneath it. It idle, it pulls it down, and on the idle is on that 50 thousandths of gas.
Okay.
Then as you lose your idle, that piston lose your vacuum, it's got a spring underneath, it pops up and pulls that rod out of that jet.
So it's a bigger
So now
opening.
we got the rod with 3 different steps in it.
Okay.
So it might be 50 thousandths here, maybe 40 thousandths, and maybe 30 thousandths. So as you go down the road, the vacuum, it would pull it up into the 30 thousandths, so you end up getting maybe 70 thousandths worth of gas cruising down the road.
Through that jet.
A little bit under power.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose all your vacuum by pushing the gas wide open, it's going to go to the last one. It's only 30 or 25, and so you're getting maximum gas through that jet. It's a wonderful thing. It runs really good.
Okay. So that's
That's
a good.
usually on the Edelbrock carburetors and the AFB Carter carburetors.
Oh, I guess he bent them in the up position so there was more fuel going through.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
And even sometimes we've got them where you can't, and you can buy them. That metering rod and the catalog has all kinds of sizes. Plus, change the jet. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you're.
And for instance, an AFB carburetor, Edelbrock carburetor, is not made to go through emissions.
No, right. You're
They
having
just
trouble
won't
with
go through
that.
emissions.
Right.
So while we're talking about that, we might as well tell you.
Yeah.
So anyways, anybody has to go through emissions here, well, we just take the thing out, and it's really sensitive a little bit. Is take the little tin cap on it, slide around, take the metering rod out, and take the spring out too, so you don't lose it, and the piston, and down the metering rod, cut a piece of coat hanger on about this long, and drop it in there.
Okay.
And there's two sides to the coat hanger.
Okay.
And just drop it in the jet, put the air cleaner back on, go through emissions.
Okay, because
The car won't go over about 45 miles an hour.
okay, but it's going to be nice and low.
Nice and lean and go right through Arizona emissions.
Ah.
And get back home again, take and put it all back together again.
I see.
And it's simple to do, watch what you're doing.
Okay.
And put the metering rods in the glove box until
Yeah,
next year.
Save it for next time.
Yeah, next time. So. But the carburetor was never made to go through emissions, and they probably won't.
Right. So you talked about that red hot glowing exhaust valve, right? We've mentioned that just a little bit earlier. He said, why doesn't that ignite the fuel?
It would cause your car to, when you shut it off, it keep running.
Yeah, we call that dieseling.
Dieseling, yeah.
Yeah, right.
If your carburetor is set up too high, some of the General Motors had some of that problems. They put an electric solenoid there, and you idle on the solenoid. And when you turn the key off, the solenoid went back to idle.
I see.
And I closed the carburetor completely and shut right off.
I see.
We used to have we don't have that anymore.
No.
Well, of course, all the cars are fuel injected now.
Right. It has complete control.
Complete control, yeah.
Right.
So we used to have all kinds of problems. Now we don't.
Yeah.
So
Now we
all
just-
covered under electronics.
Now we just have
And we
problems.
don't know nothing about it.
We don't know anything. All we know is if they break, you have to throw it away and get
Yeah,
a
and
new
you have to
part.
go get a new one.
Right.
I can't think of some of these charges I see the dealers charge
Yeah.
for something thing. And they must be charging $250, $300 an hour.
Yeah, I think so. Let's talk about the FE Ford engine. Talk about the 410 Mercury Marauder.
Mercury Marauder was the one that had, basically, I think it had 2 4-barrels on it.
There might have been a version like
Yeah,
that.
a version of 2 4-barrels, and I think it had about 11-to-1 compression.
So that was quite an engine.
That was a lot. Yeah, it ran fast.
He's concerned about maybe putting a high volume pump on it because the FE sends the oil to the main bearings after it's already been up to the cam. Or should a stock oil pump be the way to go? Do you have any ideas on that?
Depends on what he's going to do with the motor.
Okay.
I'm
He's
sure
talking about low RPM torque. I think he's cruising.
I'm sure he's not going to race it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So if he's not going to race it, I would put the original oil pump back on.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I never had any bearing problems. You know, if you'd had an engine like that, whatever engine might have been, and every few thousand miles they had bearing problems, then you need to do something with the oiling system. If it not,
Right.
it's fine. the way
Okay.
they did it.
It's good.
That
I
motor
guess-
never had any history of having coming apart all the time and had bearing problems all the time. So just
Yeah.
yeah.
But-
And this high volume pump or anything you do to it, high volume or things, is going to more stress on the camshaft gears because it runs off the camshaft, the little gears,
I see.
and the
Right.
camshaft and the gear.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want to put any more pressure on that than
Yeah.
necessary, and I think it's unnecessary to put a big pump in it. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go back to that video we did with you redoing that Flathead Plymouth engine. You remember that industrial, was it a 53 or something?
Probably.
Flathead 6-cylinder?
Probably, yeah.
Well, people like watching that video. And so Michael says he's got another Flathead Mopar question. The old Flathead Pistons are very tall. And I think we showed some of those. They're very tall pistons. And when balancing them, is it okay to shorten the skirts a little bit to get them to weigh the same? He's
Sure.
obviously rebuilding.
Absolutely, sure.
Okay. And
Cut a half inch off of them.
a half inch,
Well,
really?
you cut it whatever.
Whatever
yeah.
you need to.
Yeah, because they're about that tall, and they're going straight up and down.
Right.
They're not.
It's not anything crazy at
Yeah.
all. He is hot rodding his Flathead Plymouth and just wanted
Oh.
to check in.
Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah.
That's good. That's your kind of guy.
Yeah.
Now, did those Pistons have 4 rings or was it the Pontiac?
Yeah, it could be.
He says, is it okay to remove 1 ring from a vintage piston to reduce drag? Would it seal okay if you took one of the piston rings out if you have 4? The modern Pistons always seem to have 3.
Well, even though if you buy new pistons now, they only have 3.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you wouldn't be opposed to him
I
leaving
wouldn't be
one out?
opposed to it. He's good.
Okay. Now, there's probably 2 oil scraping rings at the bottom,
That's right. They're just oil rings to the bottom.
So would you say just remove one of those?
Yeah.
Which one would you take of the 2?
I don't know how much that piston, if that ring in the bottom keeps that piston centered.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
Does it give it a little bit of,
yeah,
maybe you take the second
it would be
one.
just a.
It'd be interesting to
But I'd
experiment
like to
with
keep that piston centered.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be the rings up here in the piston skirt and the bottom flopping all around.
So doesn't that lend itself to leaving out the next one up?
Yeah, I would probably maybe go the next one up.
Yeah.
Or the third one at the top.
Right.
2 compression rings and then that one. Third one down, that center oil ring,
Uh-huh.
to change that one.
Okay. Well, there you go, Michael.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially if he's racing it. I would think he has some kind of a car.
Yeah, he's hot rodding it in some way, so he wants to reduce the
Yeah,
drag
maybe he
a
has
little.
some headers on it and an intake manifold and a couple carburetors and
Yep.
maybe mill the head a little bit and yeah.
Well, you're doing the whole job in your mind, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for another great time.
You're welcome.
Good visit.
Fun.
Thank you for joining
I don't
us.
mind doing it because it's fun.
good. Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
All right, and we will.
And I have, again, just makes more friends and
Yeah.
and I like that, and I like the people that come to me, and like the other day at the restaurants come and told me, they say, well, I really like your videos, and I hope they're good.
Yeah.
You know, we don't say anything bad about anybody, and
No.
and we don't talk about our dogs and cats, and we
right.
just get right to the subject, and I like that. Instead of so many of these people, I watch the other videos, and I don't say anything, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah, that's what we're.
I hope it's
all
exciting.
about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. So thank you for joining us in our conversation, and we look forward to the next one.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
Good.
See you then.
Send some questions in.
Okay. More questions.